Hello, and welcome back to Sharing a Chapter a Day. This is Do, Ra, Me, and today I will be reading Chapter 29 of Engagement in Peril by Dara, Odoe, Sok. Chapter 29 is titled Rocky Times. Even at our young impressionable age and mind, Suzanne and I had our ups and downs throughout our relationship. I didn't understand why she kept me away from her parents, whereas I told my mom all about her and how wonderful she was at times. I was happy to share my love and relationship with Suzanne to anyone who would ask. I was so eager to tell the world, the whole damn world, that this was my girl and I love her dearly. I remember, Dara. You were quite boisterous then about your love and admiration of Suzanne. You were quite in love then with the girl who gave you an early lesson in life and about love and penetrating sex. I was quite thankful for being able to discover love so young back then. Tracking back now in my thought and hidden doors of memories and keepsake, back then during our shameless adolescent young life, we made so many promises to each other, but we didn't keep any of it. She had wanted to be a medical doctor so she could take care of me and the sick people. I wanted to be a teacher and teach her and the youth of the world the way of life and such. We both wanted to bring honor to ourselves and our family, but then again, we were both ignorant and so naive then. We were fucking 13 years old. Now, Suzanne never became a doctor, although she attended several years of medical school of sort. She eventually dropped out and now worked as a clerk at an office of some sort. Last I heard, at least. I have been and had the experience of being a classroom teacher for several years, although I was a substitute teacher. I have much experience teaching all sorts of classes, from special education to general education. Tell you more about this later on this piece. You'll see how my beloved Shinshin and I were so similar then. In my younger days, as a teen, I realized that I was really the jealous and possessive type. I was quite jealous of things that Suzanne did with other boys at school. For example, every time I saw Suzanne talking to another boy or so, no matter if they were friend, acquaintance, or foes, I would get upset over nothing. And I regrettably took it out on poor innocent Suzanne then, with verbal abuse, shame, and blame. I do regret how horrible I was then. I am shameful for being such a lousy, jealous bastard. I have tried to change the way I am, but then again, we never change who we really are. I remember an incident, a time when I was quite enraged. It was during my typing class period and Suzanne had physical education, and I decided to get some fresh air and looked out the window. I saw her talking to a classmate in physical education. She seemed to be all smiles about it, enjoying his company of sorts. From the exchange of action and reaction, I was pissed and I was irritated about what I had witnessed. Although I had no idea what they were talking about or laughing about, it could have been about homework or whatnot. I was just simply boiling mad then. So after class and during our passing period, I went up to the guy Suzanne was talking to earlier during their gym class. I quickly grabbed him by his throat and pushed him against the basketball pole and screamed at him, demanding to know what he was doing with my girl. Luckily for the guy, Suzanne saw me and came over and stopped me from smashing his face in. I snapped at her and walked off like a bitch then, regrettably embarrassing her in the process. Temper, temper, you idiot. That guy you choked by the neck was once your friend who was an idiot as well. But you have to be careful, Dara. You may actually choke someone to death one day. Now relax your jealous mind and heart. That girl once loved you, for you. Not anything else, at least that's what I hope and like to think then. I regretted what I had selfishly done to Suzanne during my ignorant youth. From then, Suzanne and I would argue about constant jealousy as a result of my ignorance and jealous rages. Sometime I would sob and then she would sob and sometime we would sob together over the stupidest thing that we both did. Usually it was stupidity that got the best of me. Well, the best of both of us. Both of us. And I became so possessive of Suzanne then, perhaps because I was so afraid to lose her. Our relationship became like that of the movie Fatal Attraction. Although I've never cooked her rabbit or got to the point of threatening her or And he sorts that part. One day, while we were arguing over the stupid things in her home, I actually put my head through her bathroom stucco wall because I didn't know what else to do. So I slammed my head through her wall just to get her attention and for her to listen to me. As time passed, we began to argue more and more, and our relation went sour after a while. Although we both were sexually involved and were such eager beaver to fuck around with each other, we both were so ignorant then. Damn young loves. Now, perhaps you two should have sought counseling then. Perhaps the school counselor could have helped, but then again, there was no such help for teens then, and youths to discuss relationships and such at school. At the least, it wasn't heard of by me or my beloved Suzanne then, said the professor of bastardry. Thank you for listening. This is the end of chapter 29. Be on the lookout for chapter 30, titled Scared Shitless. This is Do Ra Mi, and I'll see you later. Thank you.